Nice work, Gaby. You seem to get along pretty well with Moonbeam.
Anybody would, Mr. Jackson. Moonbeam's lovely, but we can just keep her informed. Karen's got to win at the winter fair.
Karen won't be riding at the winter fair.
Why not? Broken collarbone doesn't take long to mend.
It takes some time to get back enough confidence for show jumping. But I've got an idea. She might let you ride Moonbeam, if she can't make it herself.
Me?
Why not? The way you two are handling those jumps right now was quite impressive.
Me riding at the winter fair.
Why don't we go up to the house and talk to Karen about it?
All right. Can we take Moonbeam? Let Karen say hello to her.
All right. Now, just you wait till I fetch my jacket.
All right, this is it. Let's go.
Gaby! Gaby, what are you?
And this happened half an hour ago.
About then. I went up to my house to see if she was there, and then came straight here.
Could she have fallen off, got a knock on the head, wandered away?
I don't think so.
Why not?
She'd been over some pretty stiff jumps. She and the horse were in sympathy. And when I left her, she was just walking it around.
You went to the barn?
That's right. I went to pick up my jacket. We were going up to talk to my daughter. She came off the other day, broke her collarbone. I guess you heard that.
Yes, I heard. Too bad.
Gaby was exercising her horse for her. I was in the barn when I heard Gaby scream. Then I heard some kind of a truck pull away.
You didn't see the truck?
No, I was too late. I just heard it.
You didn't see any tracks, any sign of where the truck went?
No, but I met Joe Two Rivers and asked him to go and have a look.
Good. Any ideas?
Well, I just came up from the fort. She's not there.
Maybe she just went home for some reason.
She didn't. I telephoned from my house, then came on here.
She's just got to be somewhere.
You get first prize for deduction, Sherlock.
Joe, any luck?
No tracks. But for a little time, I think a truck parked in the bush not far away.
What kind of truck?
A little one, with a woman standing beside it. And that's all I know.
Now, we got nothing against you, kid. But some years ago, your dad did us a pretty bad turn.
My dad?
Yeah, he bought the land back of this farm, sold off the standing timber, and dammed up the creek. Used all the water for his land that should have been flowing through here.
But I don't understand.
You can understand English, can't you? This farm was a pretty nice little place. We were doing all right 5 or 6 years ago. Then it became a kind of dust bowl. So we had to pack up, move into the city, begin all over again at our age.
But my dad had nothing to do with it.
You just ask him when you get back home. If you get back home.
If I get back home.
It's going to cost him $20,000 to get you back. That's what we figure it cost us. And I just hope he thinks you're worth it.
Oh, leave the kid alone. She had nothing to do with it.
You must be crazy. Both of you. My father hasn't got $20,000.
Ed Jackson hasn't got $20,000. Don't you try and give us that one.
Ed Jackson.
There's a letter on the way to him right now. And I just hope, for the sake of your health, that he answers it.
$20,000. It's a lot of money.
Not to me. I'll pay it as soon as they fix a time and place. I feel responsible. If Gaby hadn't been riding Moonbeam, they wouldn't have mistaken her for my girl.
A blackmail or ransom should never be paid, Mr. Jackson, except as a last resort. And things aren't that bad yet.
Things are bad enough. They've had Gaby for 2 days.
Sure, but they're amateurs, these people, whoever they are. They're going to make mistakes. They've already made a couple of big ones right off the top.
The wrong child, for one. What else?
Well, this letter's postmarked Detroit, intended to make us think they're out of this area, but they're not.
They must be. The whole district's been combed these past 2 days.
It'll take a lot longer than that to cover every little cottage, shack, and farmhouse back in the bush where a child might be hidden. Anyhow, they're still there.
How do you know?
I just happened to set up roadblocks that morning. There was a reported case of rabies in the area. I don't believe it was rabies, but the roadblocks are going to stay until Gaby's safe.
Officially checking vehicles coming in, unofficially checking vehicles going out.
I see. So, we just wait?
Well, until we get a report on this, fingerprints and so on, or until these people make another move, maybe another mistake.
Isn't that a little tough on Gaby?
One of the problems of kidnapping. It's always tough on the victim.
Joe, we've got to keep on looking. We can't leave Gaby like this.
I know. But for 2 days, we look and find nothing. So now we got to stop for a little time and think.
You guys want to know what I think?
I guess we can't stop you telling us.
I think we ought to try and think what Gaby's thinking.
I bet Gaby's too scared to think.
Gaby, get lost, bud.
Well, maybe you got something, Chub. You keep talking.
Look, she knows they've goofed. She knows she's not Karen. You think she's going to help them? You think she's going to tell them? You bet your sweet life she isn't.
I think they find out pretty soon all the same.
Well, maybe. But she's not going to tell them who she really is, or who her dad is, or how much money he's got, so they can start putting the squeeze on him. Or is she?
No. No, that wouldn't be Gaby.
Well, what if no one else told them either?
Well, okay, suppose that. So what?
Well, no little girl missing from Indian River? So they've gone to all the trouble to kidnap somebody which nobody seems to want. They're going to get curious. They're going to start asking around.
We've got a boy genius here. Come on, let's go and talk to Sergeant Scott. See you later, Joe.
See you, Joe.
Come.
I'm not saying you're wrong, Chubb. I think you could be right, but there are difficulties. 325 of them, to be exact.
325?
Yeah, the people of Indian River. Gaby's been missing 2 days. We haven't exactly broadcast the fact, but just about everybody in this township knows that we've been looking for her. So it's bound to hit the press pretty soon.
Couldn't we stop it?
How?
Ask them, all 325.
Look, I don't want to seem tiresome, but how do we get around to them all before it's too late?
You don't. We do. Junior Rangers, horses, bicycles, feet, anything. We can make it in time.
Conspiracy of silence.
Sure.
Well, it might work, it might not. Depends on 2 things. Whether Gaby's parents agree and whether you've guessed right about Gaby.
Who says we're guessing?
Hey, nobody in charge here?
I might have guessed it'd be you.
Yeah, I'm not particularly surprised that you're losing business.
Oh, it makes you think I'm losing business.
Bound to. You can't let customers stand around cooling their heels and expect the profits to keep up.
Well, now that all depends on the customers. Some customers don't show a profit even at the best of times.
You thinking of anybody in particular? Say, have you got any nice cigars?
Plenty, why?
I just took a fancy to a good smoke. Kind of a celebration.
Don't tell me you found the gold you've been searching for 40 years.
Just a hair's breadth away. Could be today or tomorrow. But to get back to the cigars.
Well, you can't afford them.
Who says?
Well, the cheapest one costs 10 cents.
10 cents. Well, now, I might be able to manage yeah.
That's 8.
Yeah, well, I don't just seem to be able to lay my hands on the other 2 just now. You wouldn't have any that's a little bit shop soiled?
Look, tell you what I'll do. I'll make you a present of one if you promise to go outside and smoke it and maybe forget even to come back, okay?
Well, now, that's mighty nice of you. Say, that might not smoke too bad at all, particularly in the open. You've been having a run of bad luck in Indian River. That girl that fell off the horse and broke her shoulder, what was her name? Nice kid. I talked to her a couple of times.
Yeah, I know, I heard, but also here she's not doing too badly now. Now, look, you beat it, will you? And I'll see you later, huh?
Yeah, what was her name? I used to be real good at remembering names back when I was a kid of 60. Yeah, it'll come back to me. What was her name? Jackson. Ed Jackson's girl, right?
That's right.
I knew it'd come back.
You like some coffee?
Is Mrs. Baker there?
No, she's gone out.
Okay.
Now, don't try and run for it, kid. I've got a soft heart. Not that soft. Well, it seems like you're not the favorite daughter after all. Taking your dad a long time to answer that letter.
I guess he's just trying to scrape the money together.
Oh, sure, poor guy. Big estate, horses, couple of nice cars, this year's model, big house in the city. My heart bleeds for him.
But why are you doing this to him?
I told you, he ruined this farm, ruined us. Well, we tried to tell him, tried to argue with him, but he had money, we hadn't. And that makes arguing difficult.
But if he had known...
He knew, but he just didn't understand. You don't if you got his kind of money. It's a different world. Kind of a way, I don't blame him. But he owes me $20,000 and I want it. Don't you be scared, kid. Nobody's going to hurt you. Not even my pride and joy. Hi, honey.
Hi, Murph. You big, stupid oaf.
Oh, wait a minute, honey.
Do you know where Miss Karen Jackson is? Right now, this minute?
Well, she's right there behind you.
She's sitting on the patio at Ed Jackson's summer cottage on the lake shore at Indian River with a broken collarbone, which she got falling off that horse this kid was riding. All right. My girl, now start talking. Why didn't you tell us?
I guess you just didn't ask me.
Who are you?
Well, I'm kind of nobody.
Kind of nobody. Riding Ed Jackson's horses. Horses worth a couple of $1,000.
Well, I guess he took pity on me. I'm an orphan.
Okay, let them argue, but just don't forget this. If I say there's an outbreak of rabies, the roadblocks go up, and that's that. Over and out.
Can you keep the roadblocks operating?
Sure. You heard, people are beginning to kick. But who cares? Won't get them anywhere.
Well, I could put police on them.
If whoever's got Gaby sees police on the roadblocks, they'll know we know they're in there. Right now, they may suspect, but they don't know.
Well, I hope it's spoiling their sleep for them. It's been 4 days for that poor kid.
I think Chubb was right. She's tougher than she looks.
They're looking for you. Just came in the mail this morning.
Threats of violence to the kid now. It's the usual pattern. They're softening up.
See the postmark?
Detroit.
So you must have been wrong. They must have got out.
Well, that doesn't follow. They didn't have to be there to post this. Somebody could have posted it for them. Maybe even some sweet gray-haired old lady who doesn't even know what she's doing. She posts one of a series of prepared letters every 3 or 4 days till she's told to stop.
You could be right, I suppose.
Well, have you been doing what I asked you to do? You've been thinking about it?
I certainly have. But I can't remember one single person who would want to do this to me. I've been in big business all my working life. I've been hard and tough. I guess I've made enemies. But not this kind.
Well, sometimes we make this kind of enemy without even knowing about it. Just a careless word. Sometimes it's in them and not in us.
I wish you'd let me pay that $20,000.
No, not yet.
All right. I'll give you another 24 hours, and then I make my own decision. This waiting around's getting me down.
Mr. Jackson.
I'll bet you any money you like. Up to $50. It's getting other people down, too.
Seems like the kid was telling the truth. She's just nobody, and nobody seems to want her. Not a squeak on the radio. Nobody knows anything at Indian River. And we're stuck back in the bush with her, and she could put a rope around our necks.
You got any bright ideas?
We gotta beat it. We've got to get out of this district. Forget about the whole thing.
And just talk ourselves past these roadblocks.
These roadblocks are forest rangers, not police.
You sure of that?
Well, we've got a chance, and we can't just sit around here and wait. We don't know what's happening. They might be looking for the kid. We don't know. They could be closing in on us right now. We've got to get rid of her and then make a break for it.
Get rid of her?
Yeah, drop her off back in the bush somewhere. Oh, she wouldn't come to any harm. But before she got back to civilization, we'd be clear.
She's seen us, hasn't she? She could tell them what we look like.
Well, we've got to chance that.
It's a pretty deep well out back. Could look like an accident. Then they'd never know what we looked like, would they?
Now, you just quit talking like that. We've got enough trouble as it is. I'm going down to Indian River, see if I can pick up any dope on these roadblocks. Then I'm coming back here, and we're going to get out.
Hey, Topper.
Nice-looking dog.
He sure is. Come on, Topper, let's go.
Seems friendly.
Must be pretty good with animals. Yeah, he doesn't make friends like that very often. Come on, boy.
Well, I sure wouldn't like to have an argument with that fella.
Topper's made a friend.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to lose him.
Where's that guy?
Baker. He and his wife had a farm up on Widgeon Creek back in the bush. They left 6 or 7 years ago and went to the city. I guess they retired and came back.
Widgeon Creek.
That's right. Gonna have to fix that place up if they want to live there. It's in pretty bad shape last time I saw it.
Right. See you later, George. Come on, boy.
Maybe this guy keeps cats.
Topper doesn't like cats all that much. You know that. But he liked this guy.
Well, why not? It's a free country. Topper can like any guy that he wants to.
He could have been skinning a rabbit or something.
Sure.
Oh, come on. Let's get with it, eh? We got a lot of ground to cover. We've covered this much in 4 days, and we've still got this.
Could take weeks.
Mike and I are going up to East Bank of the Spruce River, camp overnight, and work over it in the morning. You want to go out again today, Chubb?
Where's Widgeon Creek?
Right here.
Well, I might go out and take a look. It's just a kind of a hunch. Come on, Topper.
I should have known we couldn't make it. Not with you. You never had any courage, had you?
Things just seem to go wrong.
They sure do. First, we get the wrong kid. Now we're gonna let her walk home and tell the police all about us. You don't think they'll get us?
Oh, we'll get away. These roadblocks are forest rangers. I told you that. There's a notice at the ranger's office about a case of rabies.
You think they won't follow us? Kidnapping's a capital offense. Do you know what that means? The wood, top of that well out back's pretty rotten. What's your neck?
Just take a walk. Get some air.
You never had any courage. Just don't come back for 10 minutes.
I want to take a look, Topper. Go down and hold him, okay? Go on. Don't be so darn friendly with him this time.
Get away. Get away! Get away!
Gaby? Gaby! Oh. You been doing this to any other guys lately?
Only Mr. Baker.
I figured that. Come on, let's get Topper and beat it, eh?
Okay.
Hi, Gaby. How are things?
I'm fine. I guess all I needed was a good night's sleep.
Well, you had a rough time of it.
It was nothing. Really.
Well, some experiences can be darned unpleasant and seem like nothing afterwards. That's one of the things that lets us get on with life and worth remembering, eh? Well, there's the villain of the piece. Oh, not the one you think.
Gaby, are you all right?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Jackson. I'm fine.
Now, she was just telling us that there was nothing, really.
No, I wish I could believe that. But I find it a little difficult. I understand you got those two.
Yes, they tried to crash through one of the roadblocks early this morning.
And it seems I'm...
the villain of the piece.
Yes. Why didn't he come to me, Scott? Tell me about it. Oh, I do hard business, but I don't like ruining a man. Especially when he's not in a good position to fight back.
Well, they didn't contact you at all?
Oh, sure, he wrote to me. Complained about me cutting lumber, building a dam on my own land. Land that I bought at a fair price. To me, he was just a small farmer trying to make an easy buck. But he didn't make it clear what it was doing to him.
Well, it's too late now, I guess.
Well, it needn't be. I may be able to do something to help them. And help patch up my own conscience.
It'd be nice if you could, Mr. Jackson.
Patch up my conscience?
Well, no. Help them, I mean. I didn't like her very much, but he's quite a nice guy in a way.
I'll go and talk to him.
Well, we going down to the fort? You know, there's just one thing I don't get. They must have been crazy. $20,000 for a little thing like you.